The holiday season is quickly approaching, and you might be thinking you want to get somebody something special, that being a board game. So if that's the case, I have done a lot of work for you and compiled a list of games that I would recommend to you. I've broken them down by price point, so you can decide how much you want to spend on this person. But all of these games are games that I would highly recommend. Most of them are going to be newish games. At the end, I'm going to have some classic games that, you know, any game lover should have in their game closet. But yeah, let's get started. So first on my list, now this is kind of the lower price range. We're thinking like $10 to $20. Most of these gifts I think would be great as stocking stuffers, or if you know, have more of a casual friend, whatever, you figure it out. First one on my list, I love this game so much. I actually have a copy of it in my purse at all times. The game is Hanabi. It's a cooperative game, so you are all working as a team to build fireworks. The game is simple and elegant. It doesn't take that long to learn. It's a relatively short game. The reason I keep it in my purse is like if I'm ever waiting around with a group of friends, we need something to do. Hanabi. Totes Hanabi. Totes Hanab. Hanabi. It's great. Next on my list is RAR with 2 exclamation points. RAR is a relatively new game. It came out this year, and basically what you're doing is building the perfect monster. There's a draft and you decide what you want your monster to be like. The first draft, where you're basically selecting what your monster does, then there's another draft to see how much power it has. It's a great game, 3 to 6 players. It's really manageable. So I think another great stocking stuffer idea for your friends or colleagues or whatever who are into Dungeons and Dragons, buy them some dice. Maybe if you know what character they are, you could get them a little mini. I had a friend who plays D&D in one of my campaigns, and she didn't have a mini, and for her birthday somebody got her a mini, and it was like, she loved it. Perfect gift. It's so thoughtful because, you know, you have to figure out who they're playing, what their character is. So now let's get into mid-range as far as price point. For mid-range, I'm thinking it's between $20 to $40. Top on my list for mid-range, the Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook. Like seriously, if you want to give your loved one the gift of pure happiness, really like the best game in the world, well then, you know, maybe you should get them some D&D stuff. The D&D Player's Handbook. There's a period after every word. It's great, it's awesome. There's also the D&D Monster Manual. They're both out. Each one of those books is gonna cost you about $30, but oh my God, so worth it, so worth it. Do it. 5th edition D&D is not like the other editions, of course, but it's so much easier to create your character. It's not intimidating. It's not hard to get into. It's worth it. It's so much fun. Do it, do it, do it. So next on my list for mid-range priced gift, it's a Japanese card game, another one. It's called Machi Koro. It has adorable artwork, and you are working towards building an adorable town. It's a really, really sweet, beautiful game, and it's great for families. Next on my list is Splendor, another beautiful game. It's an engine building game, which means that you purchase cards that allow you to purchase even more expensive cards, which allows you to purchase even more expensive cards. The objects, the little pieces in the game are beautiful, super high quality with this game, relatively easy to learn, good stuff. Next on my list for mid-range games is Smash Up. This game is so much fun. What's going on in Smash Up is there are all these different factions of monsters, and what you do is select 2 of those factions. So for example, you could be dinosaurs and aliens, pirates and zombies, robots and wizards. So yeah, what you do is once you select your 2, those 2 factions, you know, smash up. Appropriately named, right? Game, Smash Up. So those 2 factions smash up and you fight other smashed up factions for control over bases. It's fun because you can really like change up your powers depending on what faction you choose. I feel like it's a really fun family game also. Maybe for slightly older children, but yeah, it's so much fun. Okay, so finally there is the higher priced items. These are between $40 and $60. First on my list is King of New York. King of New York is the hotly anticipated sequel to King of Tokyo. Basically what you are Japanese monsters fighting for control. If you can't get your hands on King of New York, get King of Tokyo. Next on the higher price game list is Dead of Winter. Ooh. Now this is a great gift for the zombie lover on your list. It's a super popular game right now, and it's really geared around how the survivors are interacting with one another. Fun stuff. The games that I've listed, most of them are relatively new. They've come out in the past year or 2, but there are some classic games that everybody should have. These games include Talisman, Ticket to Ride, Settlers of Catan, Power Grid. These games are the best games ever. I love these games. You know, some of them are a little bit harder to play. Ticket to Ride is a relatively easy game to play. It doesn't take long to learn it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Settlers of Catan has a little more strategy to it. There are so many expansions for it. Also for Ticket to Ride, lots of expansions. Maybe if you have somebody on your list who already has this game and you know that they love that game, get them the expansion for it. So that's the end of my list. I hope this is helpful for you. If you happen to have any questions about a game and you want some feedback on it, just, you know, leave some notes in the comments. I'll let you know if I played it. I have a lot of friends who play board games too, so if I haven't played it, I will find someone who has played the game and get some feedback for you. Make sure you share this with your friends and subscribe to the channel. We love doing this, but we need your support. Thanks so much.